It's your boy ChavarSoForreal, another episode of Crib Talk Live. You dig it? We in this building, man. Um, I actually was watching something before. We're gonna get into the topic today. Women is getting friend zoned, not getting approached. Before we get into that though, I'm gonna finish watching this video. It's talking about why is it logically impossible for God to exist. So let's check that out. Before we get into the video, man, appreciate all my subscribers, man. Y'all here doing your thing, man. And I'm just in here on the live videos and stuff. I'm keep throwing y'all some more shorts, keep giving y'all some more content. You know, we got more stuff going on. But in the meantime, subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the like. I appreciate y'all. Let's finish watching this.
Mathematically, and it doesn't expand into infinity, it folds in on itself and breaks. Now, I want to be careful and honest here, because that matters to me. None of this proves nothing exists beyond what we can measure. It doesn't slam every door on every version of every idea humans have ever called God across every culture in history. What it does show with real force is that the specific idea, an all-knowing, all-powerful being that actively intervenes in a quantum universe, isn't just unproven, it's internally contradictory. Not because we lack imagination, because logic and math are merciless that way. They don't care what we prefer to be true. They follow the actual structure of reality, and reality doesn't bend for our comfort. And honestly, there's something beautiful in that. A universe governed by honest, unbreakable logic, one that won't make exceptions even for infinity itself, is a universe you can actually trust. Not because it's kind to us, because it's consistent. And consistency, it turns out, is rarer and more valuable than any miracle. I want to tell you something that might sound strange coming from a scientist. The most intellectually courageous thing a human being can say after everything we've just walked through isn't "I know," it's "I don't know."
Okay.
3 words.
So text you to make sure the battery still works.
Quiet. And almost nobody says them with genuine comfort anymore. People rush to fill the silence with something more confident, something that feels more solid. But here's what I've come to appreciate: chasing physics wherever it honestly leads. Uncertainty held carefully is not weakness. It's the beginning of every real thing we've ever learned. Science doesn't march forward on certainty, it stumbles forward on doubt. Newton looked at the sky and said, "I think gravity works like this." For 200 years, he was gloriously, usefully right. Bridges stood. Planets kept their appointments. Then Einstein looked closer and said, "Not quite." Not because Newton was foolish, because push any honest picture far enough and you always find its edge. And standing right at that edge, without flinching, is exactly where real understanding starts. That's what separates science from dogma. Dogma starts with the answer and works backward, cherry-picking whatever confirms it and quietly ignoring the rest, then calls the result certainty. Science starts with the question, follows the evidence, especially when the evidence leads somewhere uncomfortable, and holds its conclusions loosely, always ready to be revised. Always remembering the map is not the territory. And look, we're not built for this naturally. Our brains crave resolution. They find patterns even in pure noise. A wrong story feels better to us than an open question. Religion figured that out long before psychology did. But here's what physics offers instead. Not manufactured comfort, not a soothing narrative, but something rarer and, in my opinion, far more extraordinary. The actual universe. Space and time woven together and bendable. Matter that's mostly empty space.
Clean up on aisle 6.
Light behaving as a wave and a particle, depending on how you ask the question. A universe that erupted from an almost incomprehensibly dense state and has been expanding ever since. And the expansion is accelerating, driven by something we can measure but can't yet fully explain. We call it dark energy. We don't fully know what it is.
A week after next.
And that's fine. That's honest. That's exactly where we actually stand. Saying we don't know yet and meaning it isn't a failure of science.
All right. I was trying to watch that, but that joint making me drowsy, bro. All right, let's get into the video that we was going to get into today. Make it say, no limits, babe. Yeah, I gotta re-up. Mama murder bad, and no limits, babe. Men don't approach us anymore. Let's check this out.
Have you seen the average auto insurance rate in Pennsylvania? It's crazy. I don't know how anyone can afford to live there. Pennsylvanians are paying over $2,300 per year on average for full coverage auto insurance. That's nearly $195 a month. What blows my mind is drivers in Pennsylvania could be getting full coverage for up to 80% less than they're paying now. And most people have no...
Tonight, I went out tonight.
All right, let's listen to...
I don't be going outside. But tonight, I went out and I went to this spot called The Spot in Gwinnett. Well, it wasn't Duluth, but... And I'm watching the crowd, and I'm just kind of like people watching or whatever. Why is it that all the men are around the bar, but they don't talk to women? They're just talking to one another, but they're not talking to women. And it got me thinking, like, I was born in the 70s, okay? Late 70s. What happened to the days where the men would actually approach the women and talk to them? Not that I'm looking for nobody to approach me, because I got a man, but I'm looking around and I'm like, why is it that these men don't approach women? And there was tons of women around, but none of them approach women to talk to them. They're just kind of like standing in the corner, they're drinking their drink, they're doing whatever, but they don't talk to women. It's like, yo, is this what it's like?
Now, come on, baby. You know better than that. I smell a lot of cap in your rap, number one. Women like to be approached. They like to be entertained, even when they are in a relationship with a man, especially when they're in a relationship with a man, because that's just the nature of women. So that's number one. Let's throw that cap out. Even if they don't, go, but they still like to be approached because it gives them the feeling that they're still wanted, right? So that's number one, but that's not the point of the video. She said, why is a lot of these guys not approaching? The first reason is because they don't have to anymore. They're very comfortable in who they are. They're very comfortable in just going out and having a good time. And they're not tripping off of it because the women are also approaching and saying what they want. The ones that want what they want, they making it known, they throwing signals, which leads me to point number two, is that y'all have taught us how to treat y'all. And so nowadays, even the old school guys, because she said she was born in the late 70s, I was born in the early 80s. And I will tell you that if the vibes ain't right, just cold approaching, that ain't even a move no more, because women regularly, even online on these applications, come on here and say how they get the ick and all of that stuff, but they'll definitely let you know if they're interested in you, which leads to the conversation, right? Which leads to my third thing. Everything just has to be organic, and more importantly, as a person that, enjoys that feminine energy around me, I will tell you that it's not always about y'all. I know that y'all think that y'all are the main characters of every single movie that is written in your head. But the reality is that it's not always about you. Everybody ain't always checking for you. You're not always the coolest, the dopest. I go out all the time. I'm out and about on a regular basis, and I will tell you that I'm not tripping on anything that's happening. I'm just enjoying my time. I'm enjoying myself. I seen a woman do a video, and she was like, and this was literally just yesterday, and she said, I don't understand why men just can't let women go out and enjoy themselves and date themselves. And she was speaking to that effect. So you got to pick and choose. You can't say why aren't guys approaching, but then you have women today getting mad because guys are approaching and disturbing their peace. I just think that guys is chilling. They got the hint. They not tripping about it. It ain't no shortage of women. A lot of times they also already got stuff that's popping. As far as a woman or women at home or whatever. And so y'all not the main character. It's not even that big of a deal anymore. When you're not pressed, you don't feel the need to have to do something that.
Let's turn that around real quick. My man in here speaking facts. Why do women think that everything revolves around you and what you got going on in your space and stuff like that? As if everybody else is just background. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a movie, the main characters, then you got the background characters. Now a lot of people is just extra noise and background, but at the same time, it's like y'all just feed and just thrive off of the attention. Dudes know up front is either gonna come with you gotta do this, that is all these different, you know what I mean, rules and regulations and uh dude gotta have certain money up. It's all this stuff that's going on, you feel me? So it makes it difficult for a dude just to come up and even say hi or even get to know you these days. Because the social media and the standards of society now has changed, right? So I do be out there. I've been in clubs, I'll be out there and I've seen a lot of dudes, they just be sticking to themselves, just vibing. Like you said, like dudes ain't pressed. Like women be so pressed that we ain't pressed. That's the problem. Y'all be upset because we ain't upset. Because the attention that you trying to get, it comes with all this extra superficial stuff. And the dudes is chilling, they falling back, they ain't really worried about, you know, that. Not saying that they wouldn't talk to a female that she cool, but what happened to, back in the day, what happened to this, the, hey, how you doing? Good to know you. You know, you go to a club, shorty want to see your Instagram or something like that, or see social media, see you following. If you ain't got a blue check mark or all these goofy standards these days, superficial things. And dudes, they might be chilling like you say. A lot of times, dudes, we go out, we having a good time with, with our dudes, our homies and stuff. We vibing. We see cute chicks in there, whatever. But most of my dudes, relationships, married, like me, married, you know what I'm saying, got situations. So it's not a thing like dudes ain't really pressed like they used to be, you know. A lot of women is living in delusions. So dudes is just doing them, you know. And it's crazy because when a female does this, they call it, oh, she's on her journey, she's on the path, like, what's that girl, Tia, whatever. Like when girls separate. They don't deal with dudes. The other woman will encourage this behavior. She'll, oh yeah, girl, you need to worry about yourself. Don't worry about these dudes and focus on yourself. Da, da, da. So all of a sudden, when you want attention now, this dude, he better comply now. I better get some attention because now I done did all this and focus on myself, and now, you know what I'm saying? Dudes do that. We don't go about it like that. We just do our thing, man, and just be comfortable with just being who we are. You know what I'm saying? And with y'all is never, you never, as I be saying, it's like my son, never satisfied. You feel me? You're never satisfied. It's like temporarily, but you don't really be satisfied. So it's a lot of confusion in y'all expectations from superficial things. And what men want, we simple. We don't want much. Food, water, sleep, um, sex, simple things, you know what I'm saying? And peace. The main thing is peace. We want to be able to do what I do and not hear all this all day and just yap about a bunch of nothing. Women, y'all be talking about a lot, but y'all don't be saying nothing. It be a lot of just blah 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 blah. You know, men, we fixated, so we speak direct. You know, other than that, I ain't really got much to say unless it's important or something that needs to be said. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't what we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, man. The journey, y'all got a long way to go. Y'all got a long way to go. Maybe if y'all stop trying to be men and stop trying to act masculine, that might help. You know, get back in tune with your feminine nature. That might make you easier to be approached. Hmm. That might make a dude want to talk to you. I'm pretty sure. Like, you could dress, and then it's the way that y'all see when dudes go to the club, right? The way that you look, the way that you dress, the way you present it, everything goes and play how he going to perceive you and how that we know it's a price that come with that. A lot of times, dudes, you know what I'm saying, if you dressing like, you know, like bait, then you know what I'm saying. A dude might fish, you dig, and you know what I mean. But we know it come with a price. You feel me? You out here dressing like bait, so I might fish. But that doesn't mean that that catch, I'm keeping that shit. A lot of times they throw it back in the water because just wanted to look at it, just get a feel for it. But ain't nothing that I want. I can't keep that. I just like the way it look. I'm throw it back. Can't really eat. You know what I mean? Can't really do nothing with that. I'm going for the prize. You know what I mean? I don't want to waste my bait on some fucking sardines. You get what you know what I mean? I'm just saying, dude don't want to waste their bait on some sardines, man. Dude don't want to be out here trying to catch, you know what I'm saying, some regular, degular, you know, in the club every weekend, you know, showing everything, you know, like everybody be like, dang, that's your wife and all that. You know, it's like everybody else got all access pass, and then here come the mafia. If you say anything to like set boundaries in your own relationship now as a man, it's like they got the lynch mob of women that come after you and say you should respect her decision to. So dudes is like they really just tired of that whole charade that y'all she trying to pull. Like it only works so long. It don't work. It don't work. And we figured that out quick. Dudes got it. We got a hold of that real fast. You know what I'm saying? It was real quick. We seen the game even oh my God, I'll be on my timeline and I see the little bubbles and in the heads and it's all the complaining and all the begging and complaining all day. You either complaining about these dudes, you either talking about some self-discovery, living your best life. Oh my God, I'm finally into myself. Nobody's gonna and that's good. That's great. Congratulations. Yay. What the fuck? You want a cookie? Or you ranting about some man that, oh my God, these dudes ain't nothing. I swear to God, I'm never man again. Then you click the profile. You ever see these chicks showing everything, all this, no self-respect. Don't even got a man on their page. Not even showing. Got all these kids. All these kids. They always got about like two minimum, like 8 to 10 max. You feel me? All these kids, no, barely no dude. You might see one picture of like one random dude holding a baby or something, but they all just like 304s, man. Because they all go back outside. They leave the situation thinking there's something better on the other side. They go back outside. They get dogged out by X, Y, and Z dude. Now they back in the town line writing the rants. These dudes ain't nothing when you had a situation with a dude, but maybe he just was building up. Maybe he wasn't there where you was at. I'm not saying a dude don't cheat, but if cheating is the cut line threshold factor in a situation to make you leave your dude, the provider, protector, somebody who got your kid and all that, if you can't fix that, you know what I'm saying? And to be honest, is the ratio of women is way higher than there's men. It's like 10 to 1. So I'm not even cap. You should. And this is a real conversation. you should let your man. And I'm gonna tell you why. You might think that that's, oh, you let him do what he want, he running over me, da, da, da. Nah, it's not what it is. What it is you setting your boundaries as well. You get to pick and get to see. No more, you ain't gotta worry about at night where he at. You ain't gotta hide. You ain't gotta do none of that. And it's a better situation. Then you got help in the house. You got a sister wife. You got somebody that can help you with the baby. Y'all can, you know what I'm saying, can hold it down in the crib and go get some money. Is you can create something to where everybody can come together. But when you hiding and you sneaking and geeking, that's when all the arguments, confusion, and people be getting killed because of relationships and because of things like that. So oh, damn, he didn't kick me out. I'm tripping. So all I'm saying is, people gotta be realistic, man. We not in the back in the olden times, and the females move differently, the dudes move differently, and really, because the females moving the way they moving, it's making the dudes move differently. It's making the dudes like, you know what I'm saying? We see it too much. It's like it's too much dopamine. You go on social media, it's just all day, every day. You see females with, you know, the bodies, and, you know, everything showing. It's just like dopamine. So we not. It's nothing that like excites us no more. You feel me? Like as men, we don't. It's like okay, and you know what I'm saying. But y'all don't get that. Y'all think that this makes you valuable. It makes you like top tier or above another chick, and that's not the case. But you can't tell her that, you know, she being here, oh no, I'm this, I'm that. So let's get back into it though.
That's why I exited the group chat, because I feel so out of touch with men. They don't even approach you anymore. And then I was talking to someone and I was like, yo, y'all be standing at the bar. Why is it that you don't talk to women? And his response to me was that, oh, you know, most women don't like you to approach them because they don't like that and I don't want to get rejected. Yo, what happened to yo, miss? Can I get your number? My name is so and so. What's your name?
Projecting their fear of being alone on women is nothing new, but the thing that kind of gets me about it is the cab theory from Sex and the City. Like, this idea that when men are ready, they'll turn on their light, and the next girl that gets in their cab, so to speak, is the one that they marry. Everything is on the men's timeline. When I want to get married, I can just reach my hand into the water and grab a fish and I'm ready. That's not happening anymore. And I think that's why all of this panic is happening and why they're trying to push that onto women.
Oh, you're boy.
Every single guy that I know,
she tweaking.
Every last one of them, married, single, whatever. If they wanted to go out and get a chick and marry another chick or get a chick to marry them, right now, they can do so. There is no shortage whatsoever. So, you know, this whole men are scared because they used to control the timeline. I think that guys control the timeline more than ever before. More than ever before. And maybe it's my friend group, maybe it's just the guys that got motion. I don't see there being any.
Hi, I'm Max. I'm here to pump you up at the pump and save you big in the gas game.
I don't know what you know, I don't know where this mindset started. You feel me? This culture started. It's like it's some real like entitled type. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be precise and accurate on the words I say. So I think it's just more like of an entitlement thing. But what I'm trying to realize is, but where does that entitlement come from? Where does that idea come from? What is that? What? Where does this has ever been created? When was it ever an entitlement thing, and why, and why should it be? I think that's the biggest question. You know what I mean? You're looking for certain dudes, and you expect certain quality, and certain things, but nothing in return is supposed to be expected. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, that's not, dudes ain't feeling that. I don't think dudes feeling that. That's not something that gonna make a dude be like, yeah, I want to marry her. Yeah, I want to get in a relationship with her. You know, she's non-cooperative. She takes all the money, drains me. I have nothing. I'm damn near homeless. I had $1 million. Now I'm sitting here looking like a zillion, a zero. You feel me? You fine, but what's that worth? I mean, you getting all the attention from other dudes. What do you need? First of all, for what? Why would I date you? You know, there's no point. And I think dudes waking up to that. You know, if I gotta wake up every day and you like, oh shit, you know, every day, you know, you gotta send me cash apps and $1,000 cash apps and all this other stuff. I'm just like, why you ain't never got no money? If I'm sending you $1,000, then what? First of all, I wouldn't even, like, you tripping. But what I'm saying is, if I send you $1,000 on the cash app, say if I sent that shit like all week, so that should have been like $7,000. Next week you hit me up, you say, oh, I need another $1,000. What kind of bills you got? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of bills you got? And why do you live this expensive ass lifestyle? Like you rich, you not important. You a regular person. Why the fuck do you need $1,000 every day? You feel me? What kind of bills you got that that 7 grand didn't take care of? And why are you so irresponsible? You just want to just get money every day. I need $1,000 for what? I want to go to the mall today and I want to go get something to eat. You need $1,000 for that? Why don't you take that, go put that shit on the bills? That way your ass don't be asking me tomorrow for $1,000. Like, and then you call them, you can't get $1. Yo, can I get, yo, I left my wallet at the crib. I ain't got no money on me. You think you can Western Union me like $40? You know, I got a picture of my ID on my phone. Then you go Western Union me like $40 so I can, you know, grab something to eat. Whoop, 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 so I get back. Nothing. You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't give you ass $1, boy. Unless they like real like family or like, you know, you gotta be real close. So you gotta be dropping her some dingling or something, bro. Cause I'm telling you, a lot of times them chicks ain't do that. These chicks don't be giving you nothing, but they expect you to give them everything in return. But then when dudes flip it and they do it, then it's wrong. You feel me? We gotta stop that. Well, me, I gotta stop acting like babies, man. Y'all gotta grow up, gang. Y'all tweaking.
Believe that for whatever reason there's a shortage of guys or a shortage of opportunity for men to go and do what they want to do. I don't see no shortage at all. They may be adding to the group, but it doesn't mean that it's a shortage.
Die alone, you're gonna run out of time, all of this stuff, because they feel bad now because they had always grown up thinking that whenever they were ready to get married, a girl would just appear. They would just have their pick of the litter, that they would just have someone waiting on standby until they were ready. Now we have more and more women choosing to opt out of dating, choosing not to get married, not wanting kids, all sorts of things, or even just being more selective.
Listen, y'all gotta stop taking y'all advice from movies and from other women, because y'all could not ever be any more wrong. Nobody cares. Nobody, first of all, women are not opting out of anything. That's a lie. And nobody cares. I'm telling you, I cannot be any more clear than I am right now. We do not, as a whole, en masse, guys do not care. They just don't.
Dudes are panicking and they're trying to put it on you, and they're trying to do that through shame and projection. All of their fear about dying alone, about not having a family, about getting left behind, that's a huge thing in their friend group. All my friends are married, all my friends have kids. I'm the last single one, and I'm 40 and I'm scared and I want to have kids. They're shoving that on you because they're used to turning on their light and having a girl get in the cab. Women aren't hailing cabs anymore, we're walking.
Okay, I really don't normally make videos like this, but I just feel like I have to right now because me and one of my best friends that I live with went through very similar experiences this weekend. We are 26 years old, trying to date in the Utah Valley area, and it's hell. Like, it's worse than hell. I am genuinely of the opinion now that there are no decent men left. At what point did it become okay for men to treat women with so much indifference and disrespect? And that's just the standard. Like, me and my friend had both been talking to different guys for extended periods of time, going on dates, which, again, what happened to chivalry? Like, why are men not asking people on dates? Why are we having to fight tooth and nail to get them to do anything? It seems ridiculous. But both of these men who had definitely shown interest, who had reached out to us multiple times, who definitely were putting things in the direction of what seemed like a relationship, but because they're men in this generation, they are not capable of any serious form of attachment. And we both got friend zoned.
Pause. Light, cameras, action, you dig. Please, please, stop it, stop it, stop it. Just stop, man. Just, you get in the car, you get on your phone, right? You sit here, you talking to a screen about some nobody cares. Let me tell you why nobody cares. Because nobody cares. It's starting to feel like these women is like really like are lost in a different reality. They not living in, you can't be living in this reality if you think that somebody caring gotta, no, man. You gonna get friends on. Nobody's waiting around for you. Nobody's trying to appeal to you these days. These dudes not trying to, they focus on trying to live their life. You know, just like you, my bad. I'm just trying to figure out why that dude can't do that. And if he does do that, then, oh, he don't like women, he this, he that, he nah, man, that's not the case. He just know that you have unrealistic expectations, and a dude don't even, like most dudes don't even care to try anymore because we know that. So off the jump, it's like, it's not gonna be much to really talk about. It's not gonna be much that we have in common because you come in on a certain level and I'm coming on what I'm coming on, but we ain't speaking the same language. Because you look at materialistic things and what you can get instead of the value of a person. See, I look with men, we don't look at what you got. We don't care about your money. We don't care about your cars. We don't care about your house. We don't care about none of that. That's for you. You value that. You look at that like that's everything to you. You look at that like somebody has to value you and your standards. Every time we see a woman with all that stuff, we just look like, damn, she lonely as hell. All that, and nobody to share with. And the person that you want to share with, you want them to be a damn robot. You pretty much want to program a robot. You don't want them to have an opinion. You don't want them to be the leader, be the provider, be the protector. You don't want them to make decisions. You're looking to change the narrative and to control every aspect of that relationship. And if the moment that you are unsatisfied and you cannot have your way and dictate things in a relationship, all of a sudden he's toxic. Then we go back into these type of terminologies where you try to belittle and break down the man, all because we have a debate and we didn't agree, and maybe your way you didn't get that. But that doesn't make that man less than. That doesn't make him less viable. Maybe it's we're building and we're trying to do things on a different scale. But how could we do that and accomplish things when it's constantly tug of war? It's constantly, you know, it's constantly like pulling teeth. I can't even make a suggestion about your outfit and tell you like, oh, you might want to cover that up. It's a little bit too revealing. I don't want you to get perceived in the wrong way when you step out these doors. I want you to be seen as a queen, a goddess. I want you to be respected. I want people to see you in your fondness and and respect you on not only an intellectual level and your beauty, but your intellect. You know what I'm saying? And it represents when you step outside. That's what I want. Dudes be proud of their women, but we want to be proud of our women. We don't want to be proud of our 304. So you gotta be real with, you know, what you coming in with. If you coming in with that attitude and that mindset, oh yeah, you know, give me money, wearing the skimpiest stuff and all that, it's only a matter of time before that dude treats you just like any other chick. He's not going to take you serious. And why would he? Because I know that's how you act for any other man. There's nothing special about these chicks, man. That's why a lot of dudes, we put y'all in a box now, because it's like every chick has the same mindset. It's very rare to find one that's different, and she has to be raised up right, mother and father, good household, no violence, no craziness, you know what I mean, stable mind, you know, where she seen her dad, yeah, she was the man of the house, yeah, she did things and provided and protected their family, so things like that. But it's not a lot of that. So over the years, the dynamic changed in the household, and mom became the one that was the go-to. Why? Because dad wasn't in the house for multiple reasons. Who knows? Everybody's situation different, but mainly the reason was because of the programs that were getting placed into the state government from the welfare, to where it was given more benefits and more funding to women with kids, but it didn't include the man. The man could not be in the household to receive these benefits, so there was a lot of poverty. So in order for the household to maintain, a lot of the dudes made it seem like they didn't live at the housing. They would come by to the house and stuff and sneak in and stay, you know, a couple nights. But when the people came, they had to go somewhere and make it look like they didn't stay in the house. But a lot of them kids had fathers too. But that's what they call Pop was a Rolling Stone. He was moving. Not a lot of times, because in order to keep your benefits, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But they didn't give a lot of that resources to the people who came back from the wars and, you know, the vets and stuff. So, but the delusion of how it progressed into what it is now is a lot to do with the new society and social media. So we could thank them for that. But it's just the mindset, you know what I mean, of like reality, you feel me, and understanding that You only got a certain amount of time here, you feel me? And of course, we want to live our best lives, but do you want to really live a life where you just are like spending your time, wasting your time just to not have love, not have these things in your life, no man, no nothing. You know what I mean? And the older you get, then it's harder it is for, you know, to produce kids and stuff. It's like everybody has a right to choose what they, however life they want to live and what they want to do with that. So I don't really get into that. But I'm just saying, you got a certain amount of time. Do you want to live like, and if you do, cool. But don't get upset if other people choose and not choosing you. You feel what I'm saying? If you don't get chose and people want to do things differently, you can't be upset with that. But let's see what else you got to say as John was over.
Like, I'm not looking for a friend, okay? I am 26 years old, and I have a very successful career, and I have a life that's very fulfilling. I have friends. I have everything that I need. Why would I be wasting my...
Me.
Oh my God. There we go with the bullshit. I knew she was going to say it. I got a very successful this. I'm this, I'm that. See, when females, y'all doing all this shit thinking that is that this makes you qualified, bro. Like, I do, like, I'm gonna tell you something. We don't like women that's already put together, built and all that. It's nothing for us to do. It ain't nothing for us to do. And then if a dude is on the in a move out, say he like a woman, right? And women be like, you need to be a level, da 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 da. This bullshit. It's no such thing. It's no such thing. It's just the access of things, and women have more access. Definitely, the more pretty you are, the more like it's way easier to get indoors and get access. People throw you things just because you wake up today. So don't try to act like it's the same struggle. You can go somewhere with that, but that's not the point. The case in point is a woman will have all these things, opportunities and stuff, and you climb all this ladder, and they get to this point that, oh, I don't need a man for nothing. So when you get to that point, the man that you see in your head that you want, he don't want you. He don't want you. He's never gonna want you. No dude wants something that's already built. We're men. We like to build things. It's like a foundation. We like to build it. I want to build the house up. You feel me? She could be the foundation. You know, you the ground. You already the foundation. But I want to build on that. Something that I'm inside of that. You know what I'm saying? A piece of me in it. If I'm dealing with you and you coming already put together, already built, is I want you to be put together to an extent. But I don't need a full masterpiece, because then I'm coming in here. There's nothing for me to fix. There's nothing for me to do. There's nothing for me to. Everything is already put together. Enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? You might as well just bust it down, and that's all it's good for. I can't make nothing of this. So y'all careers and the things that y'all do, it don't impress us. It don't impress us. What impresses us is how you can cooperate, how flexible you are. Are you a good listener? Can you cook? Are you funny? Do you inspire? Are you creative? Can you feed me intellectually? Do you have anything to offer me? Women come talking about something. I am the table. No, no. When you come into something, right? This person got something to offer. That person got something to offer. But we don't take advantage of what they offer. Women learn how to take advantage of what a dude offer, because the dude was willing to give, and then the dudes who was willing to give, they just kept milking them, right? And then they say, oh, well, you got some sex for that, right? it's not the same. You feel me? I give you some sex, I don't see my bank account go up. You feel me? And the dude, I'm the one putting in most of the work. Dude, female gonna be doing that for real. You know what I mean? It just lay there. And you do what you do. So we just trying to figure out how you go from there to I owe you all this. I gotta close that. But yeah, the rants, the constant back and forth. Oh, we know dudes talk to us. They not approaching us. They this and that. What can we do? You already put together. You already outside. You know these chicks be outside these days. You at the parties every night. You don't stay inside the house. You got everything that a dude don't want long term, and then you say, "Why ain't no dude talking to me?" There's nothing I can do with you. So, but that's it for this live crib talk, man. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe, comment down below, and tell me how y'all feel. Do you agree or disagree? You can watch the rest of this video on Anton Daniels' channel, and his Men Don't Approach Us Anymore. Y'all can go ahead and check that out. Until the next Crib Talk Live episode, you know what it is, man. Your boy, the God. Peace.